So, Mike, talk to me, brother. How was your 4th of July?
It was,
You can stand up. You can stand up. They can all see you. Hold on, let me move the chair out of the way because you're too big.
we had some private fireworks show.
Listen, talk about a show. If you haven't been following me on Snapchat, forget about not liking money. You don't like entertainment. Because this man, well, hold on, let me get this thing. Now, let me try to impersonate you. What was that you were doing this morning?
Well, if you've watched any of the strongman competitions, it's called an Atlas Stone.
Show me the form.
Start here with the deadlift, lift it up, close your legs, roll it up your chest,
You didn't do it that easy.
get it up, release 3 seconds, let it go.
Now, what was the size of that I texted you from the world's strongest man? That was like a 400 pound.
Yeah.
I mean, that was.
Yeah.
So
They don't put it on their
When are you
shoulder.
doing the world's man strong competition? We're gonna have a lineup on you.
The
Big
first,
Mike minus.
The first competition is actually going to be in the fall.
What do you think about this new shirt I got here?
Looks just like you. Who is that?
It's me, brother. It's me. You know what I mean?
With the glass. I mean, it's like literally.
Listen, all I can say is the guy that did this, he's a very big fan, and he wanted to literally idolize me. He said he's won so much money from my syndicate, he was going to make a shirt. He owns a print shop. He sent me this shirt. Thank you very much. You know who you are. Now, let's talk about this CFL, International Soccer, WNBA, and streaks and trends. First of all, I played a little MLS last night. MLS, we haven't talked about MLS soccer. But the streaks are exactly the same as it is in baseball. You have teams that are like 7-0, 8-0 at home, and they are 1-6 on the road. This home team advantage thing has been filtering into all sports. Look at the Baltimore Orioles. Right now, as we're speaking, the Baltimore Orioles are going to be playing at Milwaukee at 8:10 tonight. They are 15-27 on the road, and obviously their record is flipped.
Right.
You look at
One of the better home teams.
Right. Right. You look at some of these teams, and again, you're going to have issues like today. Toronto's horrible on the road, but they got the job done because it's within their division in the American League, and they're going to be much more motivated to win than if they're just playing some other team or they're playing interdivision baseball. Let's talk about the heat. We were just on the radio with Brian Blessing. The humidity here, you're a power lifter, world strongman guy. I'm a cyclist. I cycled 56 miles this week. People go, what are you, crazy? It was pretty crazy. If you've watched the Tour de France, they have the same weather in France that they do on the East Coast. It's about 100% humidity. Now, you were outside this morning when you sent me that video. How was it? But it's earlier in the day. It's not mid-afternoon heat.
By noon every day, I've gone through 2 shirts outside.
I'll have to get you one of these, brother.
Every day.
I'm going to have to get my man to send us another one. Here's the bottom line. The bottom line is that it affects these totals. Look at these totals. Majority of these games are going over the total. And even in the Yankee game this morning, the game was 7-6 final. But again, what have I been saying since the beginning of time? My guy Brad just walked in. Bro, what have I been saying about favorites in baseball since the beginning of time? You can't see this man. What have I been saying? Only bet what?
The run line.
And dogs. So basically, yesterday, you had Arizona and you had San Diego. San Diego won 1-0, and Arizona
Plus
won
320.
Plus 320, and Arizona got back like 280. And Arizona, they make the line where it's normally a 20% line on these big favorites, like a 50 or 30 or 50% line. And then you had Arizona, which they gave up a cheap run at the top of the ninth. They just let them score. But I had both games plus 1.5 plus money. I'm going to repeat that. Plus 1.5 plus money. Plus 1.5 plus 135 plus 1.5 plus 140. It's unheard of. So while if you bet the game straight up, you go 1-1. I go 2-0 because as I told you earlier in the season, hitting it literally 65% is not laying the run line, it's getting the run line. These teams are winning, but they're winning by 1 run, these heavy favorites. So you can actually put yourself in a spot where you could basically do what I did yesterday, which is bet both dogs and then bet both run lines and go 1-1 on the actual game and then go 2-0 on the run lines. You have to think bigger and broader than the things you normally were doing because the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. And the bottom line is, we have guys calling here every day telling us they don't like soccer. Adamantly, I don't want to play soccer, as if it matters the shape of the ball. But they'll play CFL as if they know anything about Canadian Football League, unless you're from Canada. What do you say to this? Because you see me, I sleep 4 hours, 5 hours a night, and I'm literally, when I say I'm global, not local, I am global. He'll tell you, you get the text when you wake up because this guy's got to sleep away this heavy training he's doing, this regimen. I mean, you wake up, I'm just all night long rocking and rolling. Japan this morning, Europe, Sweden, Norway, Argentina. We're crossing every country when it comes to international soccer. And now you have MLS, which are about 15 games in. You have WNBA. Tonight there's WNBA. What do you say to all this?
Well, I mean,
when a guy says to you, I don't want XYZ
well,
sport.
the reality is some people, it's just not capable of turning them. They are going to do what they're going to do, and the insanity will never end.
I'm listening.
But my best clients are the ones that are calling me to go, Mike,
Man, that's such a good
I can't wait for the Gold Cup to start. I know you're going to have action on that.
Right.
They know the summer is not baseball anymore.
Let's
Everybody's
not forget, it's July 5th. The summer is over. August 3rd, I'm going to repeat, less than 1 month from today is the Hall of Fame game in Canton, Ohio. The handle is huge compared to baseball betting because people are going to be hungry to bet on the NFL regardless of its importance in the standings, regardless if it means anything. They're just going to bet because there's an NFL game and they're so excited to hear. Da-da-da-da. So listen, if you're waiting to hear, da-da-da-da, you got less than 1 month. Less than 1 month. But in the meantime, should you negate the profits from all the other sports in that period of time? What do you got to say to that? Let's close it out on a short video, not a long one, since you're the one that if you are looking to deal with the syndicate, you want to come in from the outside, you want to come into the inside, this man will vet you. He'll talk to you. He'll design a bankroll strategy that fits your needs, not wants, because when we find out what a lot of you want is not what you need. I'm going to say it again. A lot of times what you want is to have confirmation of your own bad opinion, but that's not what you need. You actually need somebody who does this for a living, eats, sleeps, and breathes sports to help you along your journey and your path of success. Don't claim you want to win if you're not willing to actually follow a program and deal with people that are more interested in providing you a long-term strategy of winning than this guy that just called up and said, I just want one pick today, as if that's going to change his life. What do you got to say?
I think we covered it all. The bottom line is, I'm not going to give you unrealistic expectations. I'm not going to put you on the phone with him if you're underfunded. That's the bottom line.
Decide how you're looking to make these quote-unquote doldrums of summer, which couldn't be any more busy, any more profitable, any more luxurious, between CFL, WNBA, MLB, UFC's coming up, and then the smaller UFC fights, horse racing, and international soccer. Coming from the outside, coming to the inside. If you want to meet me in Vegas, if you want to break bread with me, less than 48 hours away, I'll be at my Las Vegas office in a cool, steamy 110 to 115 degrees on the Vegas Strip. This is your, what day is it today?
It's Wednesday the 5th.
Your Hump Day report. Good day and good luck.